Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Wargaming Dragon, and maybe you remember this deck, USSR Mechanized. Out of all the mech decks, at least when it comes to mech decks combined with major nations or coalitions, this is easily one of the weakest. Um, why? Because your infantry kinda sucks. Now don't get me wrong, right? Sapere and the BTRT are just chef's kiss. But this is really where it ends, honestly. That's all there is to it. Outside of that, it's not that great. High veterancy, IFVs are great, of course. And honestly, thinking about it, let's adjust this a bit. I remember actually using BMP3s a ton. And frankly, I think I actually want the card of base Saperi. Because otherwise, town fights are gonna be a nightmare, to put it mildly. Mildly. Um, but what am I gonna replace? What am I gonna replace? Want to strike in 90? Maybe want to strike in 90. Or maybe base Motostrike. Because this deck actually doesn't do that great with spam. But it's still very nice to have those. Let's get rid of those and we're gonna rue the day we did that. And let's order this a bit. I don't really need to put this second BP3 to the left because it gets merged together. These ones, honestly, probably the worst card, but it's also kind of in here for the memes, so it's gonna stay. The Spetsnaz stay in the hind during wink wink nudge nudge time. Yeah, that's it's not a great deck. And definitely not the optimal way to play Soviets. Why? Well, like I said, your infantry kind of bad, but you lose access to some of your strongest units. The whole T80 line, which is armored only, the Uragan, which is moto only, and support. I don't think it's an airborne. Some real stuff like that is an airborne, like this SR. You lose your Spetsnaz crew in BTR 90 and BTR 80A. You lose, you know, your heavier tanks outside of T80 line, right? The OPR 89, which I really like. The super heavies, of course. But in my opinion, most importantly, you lose your VDV 90 and Scratch It, both of which are just so goddamn good. And since you don't have the 5-point spam or the line infantry spam like a Rifleman or Dragoner with a great 5-pointer that also has 50 cal, it just doesn't work as well. But either way, we're gonna play it because just like Entente Moto, this is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. So yeah, as always, I shall see you in a second once we find a ranked game. Oh, and before I forget, I can't put this in my deck because all I got is a Ural, and a Ural has to be used with the Razvedka. I'm sorry, right? I hate cheap CVs, but it's kind of a must because I have the choice between 4 CVs, and if I only want to use 2 cards of CVs, 7 is not enough for my taste. So yeah, I am using cheap CVs, even though I hate it. Either way, we got a game. Honestly, a pretty good map, I would say. You should actually, I don't know, mech. I was gonna say usually not so great for mech decks, but it really depends on the mech deck and also a lot on the matchup. Um, Generally speaking, there are certainly maps where your, let's say, quote unquote normal mech decks always do well, right? With normal mech decks, I mean the ones that actually do have like a very strong infantry tab, etc., etc. Like Plunging Valley, held at a very small place. Pretty much all of the stereotypical mech decks do well there. On other maps, it can be very matchup dependent, um, but there's also a reason why they're arguably uh, the strongest 1 versus 1 decks in the game, and it's because even on their worst maps, they're still quite good. They're incredibly versatile, simply because infantry is just, and that goes for every deck in the game, is just central for well, playing and winning, I guess. Actually, I might want to keep them in the stack. That way, if I shoot at another stack, they don't necessarily target all the same unit, which could not be could be preferable for them not to. I think I want to play rather wide, so let's get some. Let's get actually at least one more on the left. Let's get some recon. We can do, however, a pretty mean wheeled opener, and the shadows even have medium optics, which is okay. That's quite fast. Let's play it safe, huh? Let's play it safe. Let's get also some Jalos here, some BRDMs, good old CPTUs. I want to get into this town, but BTRTs are gonna help. Let's get some Conquerors M spread around. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna bother with the tank. Get a Tor. Recon infantry. Would like to get at least a man pad on the left. Right, good luck, fun. If we're gonna get heal rush, we're probably gonna lose, but might as well spend those extra points for T-72 CV. Well, there's an infantry CV for our opponent, which is still not unloaded. I'm getting increasingly spooked. Now it's unloaded. Actually, keep flying, keep flying. Don't stop over the forest. Okay, I think we're safe. It's a lot of stuff there. All Chaparral, Bradley's. I don't think I should have done that. It's not that much actually. What's stuck in the mud? It's a BRDM. Great. Gotta be careful, the Chaparral will just bully us. Those are Humvees, which means that, well, they could be light riflemen, of course, but no Conquerors, no Milans, no what have you. There's the Bradleys. That's a wasted bit of missiles. Bradleys, sorry, BMP3s. Actually, I should have unloaded one of you in there. There's one Huey there. Let's get some base defense. Some more of you. That's an M1A2. And a dead Bradley. He's just going ham on those rifles. It's funny. That's looking pretty well over here, though. Yeah, what's that? The Eagle. I'm gonna play it safe here. It looks like there's no seed. Another Tor. It's one hit. Not alive, but damaged at least. But it's not a good position for... Be further to the side, otherwise this is gonna really mess with us. Get the Spetsnaz. Oh, there you go. Actually, keep you together just for easier managing. Won't you be like at the edge of there? There you go. Get some of the Shrekky spread around. There's... Oh, it's probably from the infantry CV actually. I guess there could be like riflemen of some variety, or even... Yeah, even like, I mean, I guess could be... I know I just restarted the same sentence 15 times and I'm gonna continue to doing so. Any kind of rifleman, even man bats or something, but it's incredibly unlikely. Let's put it that way. All of those ATGMs missing. Hate to see it. They're in there, that's bad. Let's just turn you off. Nothing to be gained from that. You are not unloaded. No, you are. CV. Let's reinforce the left a bit. Yeah, that's all. I already forgot about that. Another tour. I already forgot. I'm a comedic genius. Let's just move up with Deacon. You could just move up like that. Really want to get rid of that Ranger squad. Let's get another one of you. Get some more Factoria around. And then actually for the left I want a second Igla. So losing our Igla doesn't. Oh no. I wanted them. No! Stay again! Okay, there you go. And another. You know, this might be the right call, but it's also the spicy call, that's for sure. There they are. Oh, there's another set. Unsurprisingly, really, but. Oh no, those are just riflemen. There's still a ranger squad in there, I'm dead certain. No way there isn't. Super Cobra, interesting. Get it an ASF, so if they try to do something with the Super Cobra and like an ASF or something, or like another plane in tandem, I want to be able to stop them. Honestly, doing really well with the tank micro. What can I say? There they are. Careful with that. You're still spotted. What? I forgot about that. I'm stupid. I'm my own worst enemy. Right? At least you're dead. Not a good trade because simply didn't pay attention. Oh boy. They are unloading in there, I need to deal with them. Oh, can you believe it? I actually got an AGM and hit in there for once. Get you back to the fob. Let's just get some Akatsias going. Oh, you're still turned off. It's actually quite good. Maybe not. This is the edge. It doesn't really get much further than that. Again, honestly doing really well with those Abramses. At least against my ATGMs. If or when I start getting planes, might look different. Because the only AA I've seen thus far is the Chaparral. They might have an A7 in the backup, but I haven't seen that. Plus, of course, the D Eagle also exists, which is, you know, once it gets in range, quite deadly because of its veterancy. AIM 9Ms. Also, please tell me that's not my internet. Oh, it actually might be. No, I'm fine. Actually, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Not how I'd like to end this match. My internet or their internet doesn't really matter. And yeah, kills wise, that doesn't really surprise me. We didn't really kill much, right? Killed the Bradleys and the Super Cobra, I guess, but other than that, yeah, that's actually to be expected. We still had a great position. No. And one sloppy mismicro with any of the tanks and the side shot of the Conqueror's M and they're dead, right? So yeah, and we're ticking. So yeah, I'm still confident we would have won, but yeah. Um, let's try to find another rank game, I guess. See you in a second. Hey, same map and no idea who we're playing against. But they're playing Red 4 because we played Red 4 as well when we got the color two the color two the same color two or the color blue, but in my mind that changed to the color two. What is wrong with me? Excuse me. Now, um, let's just do a similar strat as before. Let's get those BMP3s. Get the sneaky strategy on the other side. Well, not really sneaky, but you know what I mean. Get the reconnaissance. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's ERTs. First M's. Right, we also had some wheel stuff for here. Let's not forget about that. Jalo. ERDM3. Now, what else did we have? Well, we had a T-72 CB there. Oh yeah, an MI2. CBTUs and... Yeah, it was basically now the 50 extra points is our tank CB. Now, we could get some more Factorias. We could remove one of the CPTUs to get another BMP3. Decisions, decisions. Really not sure. Maybe just another Conqueror's M squad? Maybe... Let's get rid of the CPTU and get like two stacks of BMP3s instead of what we currently have. Alright. I'm ready, NDMO. This, I have a feeling, is gonna be a lot tougher because last opponent was a lieutenant colonel. And it certainly wasn't a stomp. Now we're playing against a major general. Which could still be a stomp by the end of the day, but I'm not counting on it. But you can still like, okay, you can like mute, unmute, and then do this, right? Who are they? No idea. They're taking their time though. Which means I have to somehow fill that air. So, they're playing Red 4, right? What could that mean? Baltic mode. Oh, Baltic mode would actually be horrible, I just realized. All those KTs, the early spikes, one-shotting my... but if I can, that's a big if I can get line of sight on those spikes, right, with my Razzmann, that would mean that, you know, 2 or 3 shots will just delete them, right? And they have the same range as spikes. Jalos will not one-tap KTs, but if they get it 175 meters below their max range, i.e. 1750 meters or lower, they will one-shot. They will one-shot at that point. Everything else, Soviets unspec would probably be really bad. I don't really see how we have an advantage over that. Mech decks, depending on how they open, right? If they open with like a lot of IVs themselves or something, BMP3s would presumably wreck them because they outrange them and they will one-shot pretty much any Red 4 IV that is in the BTRT. Entente unspec, Eastern Bloc unspec. I mean, super heavies can definitely be a big issue if you can't deal with them quickly. Slash, if they get a lot of value. If they get a super heavy, we just have to hope that we will be able to essentially just force it back, even if we don't kill it, essentially kill all the supporting units. That should then be our priority. Kind of like we did last time, in a sense. But at least we don't have to do with stuff like aim extends. Or more aim extends. Come on. What's taking so long, buddy? Red Dragons. I don't really see a particularly annoying unit outside of, super heavies being potentially an issue. But they can always be on that map, right? All depends on how well their macro, and when you're using ATGMs and such, how good your RNG with those is. Sometimes you're quite reliant on that. Like a single side shot hitting or missing can just so easily change the game when you have so many ATGMs around. You will get plenty of opportunities. Or like or the chance that you get that one potential side shot opportunity rather is much higher, of course. Yeah. But unless you're playing Baltic or Baltic Moto, it means that this flank could work out really well. Really well. Because typically most Red 4 decks aren't that great at wheel stuff. But what if we're playing against USSR mech ourselves? That would be a first. You see that deck so rarely for good reason, in all honesty. um, yeah. There's of course a point to be made to try to go for this town here. With BTRTs, with flamers, lots of ATGMs, could be fun. But the problem is once they get into the town, it's not that easy actually to defend. We don't have high-end infantry AT with good range. We don't have VDV-90s. We don't have recoilless rifle squads. So it'd be fully dependent on ATGM squads that have 2 HP. And for town fighting, we'd be dependent on flamers, which are great. But if it comes down to getting overrun by 5-pointers and such, then we'd get into trouble. So I talked myself out of it again. But who knows? Maybe we get the chance to do it like mid-game. But in reality, I don't think that's a very high chance because unless we lose here or like we lose the opener on this side without losing a lot of troops, which is just unlikely. But you never know. And you know what? I just realized. Let's get one CPTU for the 10 points and just straight up drive it there. Wait a second. Oh, they deleted 2 here. I deleted 2, not 1. That's why those 10 points left over. Looks like that can't be. Come on, hello? Please? There? They did ride high. They did just like ride high and then leave and then. Oh, they're ready. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Good luck and fun. I guess they just ride high, nothing else. All right, that's first. Well, Tor, make sure we don't drive too far up. Ural, you unload in there. Empty it. There. There. Let's get there. E3s, you drive like here. 30s, I want there. Alrighty. Let's see how this works out. MTVs, right? That's helicopters. Okay, we're playing against Soviets, unspec. There's that stuff. I actually got. Did I actually just get bamboozled by this stuff here? I thought it was gonna drive down there. Yes, it didn't. Oh well. Kosa Razvedka. Let's not drive into this MTV, shall we? Get into this town. Double T80UM, oh boy. Yeah, they were firing at that. Okay, that's an interesting turn of events. Oh, the Sapere did get the Congressman did get spotted there. There's one side shot on the T80UM. Hello there. Okay, we got that, which is good. Means one less sneaky breaky unit. You know what? Oh, you know what happened? I'm pretty sure that thing showed front because of my BMP3s. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm dead certain that T80UM on its own turned its front towards the BMP3s. I'm sorry. Look, it is incredibly frustrating to lose your super heavies like that. I'm kind of like, I have to say, part of it is just not trying to be rude or an asshat here. Right? Part of it is straight up skill issue, right? You have to pay attention to what your tank faces to, right? Especially in this situation where our opponent did know there were no tanks, right? No kinetic guns, right? So any incoming AT weapon right now would have been a missile, enough time to react. Which means, right, you can take that half second or something to quickly zoom in or quickly double check, alright, is my tank facing towards that incoming ATGM missile? Because if you are used to wargame, again, for better or for worse, tanks don't always face the same way they're firing, right? They have turrets after all. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to shoot to the side, left or right when they're reversing or moving forward, right? And again, for better or for worse, tanks sometimes decide to turn away from, they were what the front was facing to, right? Yeah, it is frustrating, it is annoying, but it's also kind of a skill issue. And that's of course a bit of could've, would've, should've, but there's also a good chance that with the Congress I'm there and the BMP3 is about to get line of sight here, it still would have been sighted by the BMP3s instead, right? So let's not be like, oh my god. So I'm still unsure about that first sight shot, how that happened, but yeah. What an interesting. And they were ready for such a long time. I said I'm ready, and they didn't. I don't. Okay. I said I think I saw the F word, and I'd rather just not have this on screen right now. I saw frick. It's an interesting opener for sure. I guess they were like, all right, I'm gonna go for mid either way. Might as well open in a way so that I don't get bullied by a rush here. And I can understand it, right? If you lose that with like a crazy push in the opener, can be against certain decks incredibly tough to get back into. So I can understand the sentiment that's like getting this town back, not nearly as hard as getting this town back. So I'd rather play it safe in the early game. And the Soviet deck is a deck that likes to play the long game for sure. I'm pretty sure. Did I get through with the BRDM 3? I never paid attention to that. Did they really? Damn, from that far? I mean, I know I was in the open, but still. Damn, Daniel. Immediately buys a BV. I guess maybe for this one I didn't pay attention to where this was bought, but that's a crazy, either aggressive early buy or I guess very incredibly safe. I guess they saw there was some stuff there and want to play it safe if it is going for there. If it's going for mid, no idea what you're doing, buddy. But you know, that is the danger of doing this push. The big danger, right? That you are a lot more open to side shots from here and there, right? Because you're giving up this town. This is the first one that dies. Yeah, here. Okay, they're standing still on attack move and they started to turn this way. Presumably because of those BMP3s. It is to an extent skill issue, but I completely understand that this doesn't make any sense. And especially when you're playing with smoke like this, from zoomed out, there's no way you'd see that it's not facing that way. I'd be furious if I lost my T80 UMs like that. Very furious. Because presumably you're attack moving forward, and you think that if you're attack moving forward and you're facing this and don't really have, I think, line of sight to this, there might be like some. Hold on, let me double check actually. Hard to see. I don't think that there'd be line of sight through these buildings, right? And assuming you don't have even line of sight to them with this unit, I'd also not expect my TADMs to face that way. Yeah, that is. I understand the rage quit. Yeah. That is why very often, not always, this could still have happened to me, but very often I just instinctively like reverse from incoming shots, not just, to hope to break line of sight sometimes or stuff, but also to make sure that I'm facing front armor. It does lead to me sometimes missing shots, but at the very least, I more often avoid situations like that. Now you're reversing, alright, but you're probably about to go forward again. Also, I switched to the wrong player, I think, yeah. Someone conquers him dead. Oh, BRDM3 made it through, by the way. And yeah, G64BV is for that side. And yeah, same story again. But, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? But it's still hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. It certainly would be nice, or would have been nice, not like that's gonna happen, if there was like, I don't know, some kind of, when you hover over it, like a potential turn is on, right? Like, if you have it selected or hover over it, you know how there's a circle around the units, right? It would be cool if for tanks that'd be like a small colored arrow showing, the way it's facing, right? So you could see that, because it would be a UI feature, you'd see through the smoke. Just an idea, but that's just wishful thinking. Either way, yeah, okay, they did unload. I did get a BTR 90, of course, I knew that, which is very crucial because I have a USC in my base. Oh, this is funny though. I'm sorry, this is so fucking funny. Either way, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.